Welcome to mobility session number 1. So there's gonna be a couple different mobility sessions here. I want you to practice these and make sure we use these to take inventory of how we're feeling. So just some simple joint mobility, starting from the neck, working our way down for this session. So I want you to stand up nice and tall, drive your hands into the ground, shoulders back. I want you to feel that connection to the ground. From here, we're just gonna look over the shoulders. Just 3 times. Now we'll go ear to shoulder, some lateral flexion. Now up and down, tuck your chin. Stand up nice and tall. I want you to slide your ear to one side, so it's gonna be a very subtle movement. Other side. So I'm not tilting, I'm sliding. We're gonna protract, retract. Alternating shoulder circles, so just the shrugs. I want you to get a big rotation here with our torso. And the reason we're spending so much time on the neck and the shoulders is because we're gonna be doing a lot of shoulders work, pressing, pulling. So we wanna make sure we mobilize, get those areas nice and loose. Arms out, my favorite. Pretty much do this every single workout. And arms extended, so I'm going to protract my shoulders, elevate, retract, and depress. Keep my elbows locked the entire time. Shake it out. Elbow circles. Again, we're not jamming the joints, we're just going through the range of motion. Making sure we have that range of motion. Wrists, so I want you to lead with the wrist, drop the wrist. And side to side. Facing each other. Try to extend your hands as much as you can. And let's go ahead and twist with rotation, with that pivot. Full rotation from the ground up. Make sure you can pivot freely as you do this. Not moving excessively fast. And hands at your chest. Laterally flex. Come around, up, other direction. So it's a very subtle movement. And reach in with your left, reach back with your right. Look over the shoulder as you do this, as far back as you can. And pelvic tilts, forward and back. Making sure we get into that anterior tilt, posterior tilt. Right leg, we're going to lift up, rotate, back down. Up, rotate back, back down. Back and forth. Nice and controlled, so if you need to use anything for balance or support, feel free. And with that same leg, we're just going to swing it forward and back. Again, if you need balance, go for it. Hold on to something. If you can, try to do this without any support. So we're also working that ground, that foot, that connection to the ground. Left foot, left leg up, rotate down, rotate back. Get those cracks out and back and forth. So using momentum, if you start to slip or fall, just put your foot down, And feet together, knees in one circle, one direction, other direction. And ankles. So we're just going to create big circles with your heels. Other direction. Other foot. Other direction. And shake it off. Shake it all out. You are ready to work. Double dead start clean to tall kneeling press. Maintain a loose grip on the kettlebells as you do the double clean to make sure that the bell rotates around the forearm, keeping yourself as straight and tall as possible. Lunge back till both knees are on the ground. Perform the press, making sure you keep as much tension through your core. Make sure your neck is nice and neutral so that you don't put excessive pressure through your shoulders and through your neck. Back to standing and then repeat. Double dead start clean to tall kneeling press. 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 Alternating row. With a wide stance, you're going to set up over the kettlebells, both hands on the bells. As you pull up with one, press your hand into the other bell to create that support for your lower back and for your core. Press back down, then pull with the other bell. So you're going to be alternating back and forth. Make sure you pull your elbow back towards your hips and squeeze your back as you do this. Push-ups. Setting up on your kettlebells, assuming the bells are heavy enough. Pull yourself down. Make sure that you keep your forearms vertical as you do this. As you press up, maintain that tension through your upper back. If you do this on the ground because the bells are too loose or they're too light, then make sure you squeeze the ground with your hands to engage as much musculature through your arms and through your chest as you can. Drive the ground together with your hands to engage even more of your chest. Shoulder complex. With a light kettlebell, you're going to hold the bell by the horns, front raise that bell so that its arms extended in front of you, pull that bell in towards you, perform an alternating halo without moving your head around, move your arms around your head. So make sure you're not having a lot of excessive neck movements. Once you get back to that starting position, forward press, front press that bell, and then lower it slowly. When you are in that front position where you've risen that bell, squeeze your glutes as hard as you can. Squeeze your core as hard as you can to make sure that you don't put excessive pressure on your lower back. Chin up. With the chin up, your hands are going to be supinated so that they're facing you. So as you bring your chin up above the bar, you're going to really be focusing on squeezing the bar so that you can engage as much musculature through your upper arm and through your back. Reach for the chest, reach for the bar with your chest so that you don't round over as you go. Try to come up as high as you can. If you can't do a full chin up, then do a chin up hold. If the chin up is just too hard on the elbows or on the wrist, being in that supinated position, then switch it back over to the pull up or find a neutral grip bar. Alternating row. Push-ups. Shoulder complex. Chin up. Alternating row. Push-ups. Shoulder complex. Chin up. Alternating row. Push-ups. Shoulder complex. Chin up. Double outside the leg swing. Similar to the two-hand swing, you're still going to be hinging as you pull the bells back and down. So your arms are going to be in line with your spine, in line with your back. As you drive forward, think of standing up tall as opposed to just driving your hips forward. Because you're in that outside leg position, you have a tendency to just swing the arms. So make sure you're matching it with the hinge so you load your trunk and load your posterior just as you would with a two-hand swing. Alternating side to side lunge. With the alternating side to side lunge, you're going to get into a wide position, turn your feet slightly out. So that way when you get into that bottom position, knees are still tracking over toes. Sit down into your glute So sit back, try to get your thigh parallel to the ground, but just go as low as you can. Back to standing and back into the other side. So we're gonna be alternating back and forth on here. We're gonna get your adductors, you're gonna build some mobility through your lower body and still build some incredible lower body strength. Double outside the leg swing. Alternating side to side lunge. Double outside the leg swing. Alternating side to side lunge. Double outside the leg swing. Alternating side to side lunge. Great job for today's workout. Let's go ahead and start on the ground. So we're gonna get into the quadruped position. Tuck your toes under. To drive your hips back. And bring your hips down without touching the ground. Drive back. If you can get both heels to the ground, that's great. Otherwise, just drive your hips back. Try to get both heels down. Push into the ground. And hips forward. And this time you're going to bring your hips back. This time with your left hand, reach across to your right ankle or as low as you can. So it might be your right calf. And switch. Right arm across. And bring your right knee to the ground. Left knee is up. Squeeze that glute. Reach up and over with your right arm. With your left leg, flare it out. Right hand on the ground. Reach across with your left arm. Switch, left knee on the ground, right leg up. Squeeze that left glute. Left arm up and over. Flare that right leg out. Left hand on the ground. Right arm underneath. And go ahead and sit back onto your hips. Reach out with your hands. Just walk your hands forward as far as you can while simultaneously sitting back onto your hips. Walk your hands to the left. Let's get that stretch to your right side. Walk your hands to the right. And transition to a seated position. Bring your right leg up. Squeeze your knee. So you're pulling up towards your body and slightly across. So you get that glute all the way up across the hip. And switch. Just breathe through that tension. If there's any tight spots, just hold it. Go ahead and lay back. Bring your right knee up and over. Grab your left foot with your right hand. Place that right knee down with your left hand, kind of lock it into place, and just try to rotate your shoulders open a little bit more while keeping your hips locked. And switch. Left knee up and over. Right foot underneath. Grab that heel. Grab that foot with your left hand. If one side is tighter than the other, just hold on to that side a little bit longer. Go and lay flat on your back, hands on your belly, let your feet just open up naturally. Now go ahead and put your hands out, hands up. Breathe into your belly. Hold for a second. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So just keep that breath going for as long as you feel, so you can stay in this position for another minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you feel. Otherwise, you are good to go. Great job. I'll see you on the next workout. If you like that, let us know down below. Hit that like button. That helps us out. That helps our algorithm, and then you'll see more of these videos, which is a good thing. So give that whole workout a try. Challenge yourself with it. If you want to see more like that, follow that link. That will get you access to the full Double Gains 2.0 program that is guaranteed to make you stronger and move better than ever. So I'll see you on the next one.